festival. I'm gon' blow it in Mexican. Don't let your side settle in. Might have to headbutt your Evelyn. Ballers, I put numbers on the boards. Hard to get a handle, word up, a leg sword. Whether rapping
757.
might reach back.
Y'all ready? Y'all good? Y'all good? Y'all ready to see King Push? Y'all ready? First of all, we appreciate y'all rocking with 103 and all that, and you know what I mean, entering the contest to get this backstage situation, undisclosed location. I'm gonna keep saying it like that. So I just want to introduce, why not? You know why we here. We know we want to see King Push 757 VA is right here in the building, like right now, I think, right? Or am I early? Okay, yeah, he is it. All right. So again, get your questions lined up. We're gonna talk some things and all that. All right? Yeah. You get the bless. You get the bless. You get the bless. The undisclosed location. All right. How y'all doing? Good. Oh, mics. Oh yeah, we official.
We used to have mics.
Nah, man. Nah, we didn't. What up with you?
Ain't much, man.
First,
home. What's up?
Yeah, I know. And I know it's been a hectic day, so thanks for taking time out to, you know.
Come on, man. It's all good.
We've been meaning to do this for a minute, too.
Yeah,
so finally, we're able to make it work.
We're here. What up? How y'all doing? All right. Let's get to it.
Yeah, let's get to it. It's a surgical summer. So, having said that.
Yeah, what's up?
Having said that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah. Come on, y'all. Bro, hold on. Bro, Mike, come on, Mike.
You got it?
Come on. We got
Get that. Shouts to DJ Fonz, man. He texted me, he was like, yo, I gotta get this game.
Thank
Surgical summer.
Had to have it.
We was gonna play it, we were gonna just get that to you.
Nah, I'm taking that home for sure.
Word up.
Open it up, though. Open it up.
Oh, open it.
Oh, wow.
What you tell? I don't know what's going on.
Oh,
Shout out to 103 Jams. Shout out to 103 Jams.
Yo.
Yes, sir.
We already know what that is. It's still a surgical summer. It still is. Daytona, man.
Yes.
You know what? I got another surprise. Oh yeah. It's your purple tape, right?
Yeah.
You got to sign that for me. That's my
dream.
I
got you for sure.
Yeah. That's your purple tape.
I didn't even get mine. I'm glad you got it.
Shouts to my wife. She made sure I had that.
Awesome.
That is the tape is purple too, by the way. Explain that to some of the younger listeners. What does that mean, your purple tape?
You know, the purple tape was the only built for Cuban Links from Raekwon featuring Ghostface. And the tape actually was purple. You know, it was back in time when people put, you know, tapes in cassettes in cars.
And cassettes are little...
these things. It's crazy to have to explain that, but you really do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, to me, the Purple Tape is probably one of the best hip hop albums like ever. You know, street hip hop,
bars, beats, everything.
Like it was just a time period that I mean, Raekwon just really took the streets over with this particular album.
Every car you had,
every car.
I
stole this tape from 4 cars, and it was stolen from me about 5 or 6 times. But you know, that was just the thing. You gotta take it.
Let me hold that. Nah, you can't hold that. I might not get it back. Listen, I promise I'll get you back tomorrow.
You wipe the letters off of it. I mean, it was one of them things. But by far, like, to me, it's one of them albums that, like, you know, really stood the test of time. Right. And really stood up.
Right. And it's indeed your purple tape. Your Daytona's your purple tape.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that was the best rendition. I mean, you know, I've talked about, like, before, I've been influenced by, you know, different artists and different albums, and I'll tell you that, you know, Clip's album, Hell Hath No Fury, I was trying to mimic Big the whole way through.
Word, I've never heard that.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, for sure. My inflections and everything, I was trying to copy Big all the way through. And, you know, the Purple Tape, you know, that like sonically, I was just going for that type of energy the whole way through.
You got it though.
And I was trying. I was trying.
You did.
know, I definitely was, and I actually went to Stapleton houses the other day, and that's where RZA and everybody's from, or whatever the case may be. And I believe, I believe Raekwon is from
He from Brooklyn,
another place this close by, but I just really wanted to see where these guys were creating this at, because to me, I just felt like the sonics of that album was something that I had never heard before. It came out in a time when everybody, for them to stand up and be standing up at a time where, you got Puff, you got the West Coast, and they still shined musically and everything, and it was just like, man, heavy competition. It was just, I lived through that time, and I'm just glad that I had a point of reference in making this album.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's classic. It's Purple Tape
Thank you,
material.
man.
So when you see that hashtag, that's Daytona's included in that.
Yeah.
Let me give you a congratulations and happy anniversary to Lord Willing.
Yeah.
16 years ago.
16 years ago today.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
Did you ever imagine that you would have a 16th anniversary for a project that you and your brother did? Like, that we will honor 16 years later, like, yo.
I didn't. I can tell you this. I felt like Lord Willing was actual classic. I felt it was great, right? More so, what's crazier to me is me being in the game where I am 16 years later, and being able to look at Lord Willing and know that I really got to go to the studio tomorrow. Like, I'm leaving to go to the studio tomorrow to work on a new album.
Word?
Yeah. Like, and it's
Love it.
And not, I can't really live in it. You know what I'm saying? You don't get to really live in the moment of, like, me, my ex-manager, and everybody from the Star Trek days. We all been on the group text that they like, damn, we owe y'all. It's crazy.
But that's a blessing,
you know what I'm saying? But it's like, it is. But it's like, man, just being here and still working is like,
I mean,
still waiting on it.
This is a industry, hip hop, the genre of hip hop. It's tough to have that relevancy over a certain amount of time.
For sure.
We're talking 16 years, but I mean, it's tough for artists to do 16 weeks.
Yeah, for sure. For
You know what I mean? 16 days in some situations, man. And let me personally, and I'm sure I speak for a lot of your fans here, thank you, because bars matter. We had this we used to have these conversations at the end of the night in Entourage.
Yeah.
Nobody want to hear, it's Kara's birthday, by the way.
Yeah, okay.
Nobody want to hear Kara's one in the club. And I'm trying to fight this argument, which I knew I would lose.
Right.
Because at that time we was having this conversation, and really today, well, it's changing, but bars really didn't matter in that club setting.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Nobody, like, we're partying.
No, for sure.
You know what I mean? We're partying, we're drinking, we're doing whatever. And
this was a real argument, y'all. I'm not saying he had it with me, but I know who he was arguing with. I know what was going on.
It's a real argument.
It was a real argument.
So, but I humbled myself, and I understand it. I understood it. It took me a while to understand it. But you have the ability to do both, though, and that's tough. It's not a lot. Like Jay-Z has the ability to make a club banger, but he's got quadruple entendres in it for people that love bars. But at the same time, you can rock to it in a club. That's hard to do. You got records like that. When you in the studio, what is your mindset on making music? As far as, is it obviously you want people to hear what you're saying.
Right.
Are you thinking about where your fan will be listening to this, whether it's in the car, whether it's in the club, whether it's, cutting the grass, if you got a lawn, I don't know.
I've only learned how to make music one way.
What's that?
And that is, like, as a writer, it's always been about lyrics and, like, making sure that you say the things that's gonna make people be like, oh, he did what he said.
It's nothing like that.
Yeah. So it's that's how I write. When I try to, like, dumb it down and things like that, because I've tried, but it just doesn't work. It don't feel right. It don't feel right for me. You know what I'm saying? And I can enjoy it. when other people do it.
Right.
Like it's a real skill set to be able to do it. I just don't got it. You know what I'm saying? That ain't my skill set. I learned a different way. So you know, I'm just glad that people are listening. I'm glad people are listening. I'm glad that people are you know, I'm glad that my fan base has been loud enough to make people, you know what I'm saying, like they argue for me.
Yeah.
A lot of my fan base argues for me. Like they be like, man, y'all don't know, he just said this and you ain't even peep it. And you know, I be reading the comments, they be going back and forth, it be crazy. Twitter be crazy, everything. I'll be on all the social.
Isn't that dope though?
Yeah.
I mean, because as a writer,
yeah,
that's what you want.
Yeah.
You kind of want people to misconstrue, you know, you want them to mess you, like,
Yeah.
no, I didn't mean this.
Yeah. Genius, you know,
Yeah.
Genius is good for that too. As well. Like, nah, listen, Genius will they'll you know, they'll decipher your lyrics for you, and sometimes they be wrong, and I see it, I be like, you know, nah, but thanks. You know, and, you know, it's good, but I feel like in this day and time, like at one time I did honestly feel like, man, I don't even know if people gonna be in the lyrics like this.
Right,
but
right.
I feel like with so many different platforms, with so many different avenues to consume music, you know, you just get fans from everywhere, and people who are in every type and every type of genre of rap or subgenre of rap, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
But
And that was my argument. I was like, yo, it's some people. It's 8 billion people in the world.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
No, for
We
sure.
making an argument about 400 people in the club. I was like, yo, it's people. It's an audience for everything.
No, it definitely is, and you know, I will say this though, I don't think the lyric-driven hip-hop goes out of style.
No.
A lot of people do.
Right.
You know, I don't think that goes out of style. I personally feel like, you know, that is I've watched that skill set come back time and time again. It's like, man, you know, you'll have Pump, you know, Gucci Gang,
Right.
so on and so forth, but as soon as Kendrick drop, it's hot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, it just reminds you and brings you back. And, you know, you enjoy both. I mean, I do in their particular settings. But,
Word. I mean, yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, for real, like, I really do, man. I do. It's just what it is.
Let me salute Rick G's in front of everybody,
Yes.
because he makes sure your show is tight.
Yes, sir.
And that's important.
Yes.
Performing is important to you as well.
Yes.
Giving your audience a feel, not just somebody walking back and forth on the stage. Like let them feel your music. That's another lost art to me in hip hop as well. I mean, because you know who got a crazy show? Vert. Vert got a crazy show, and I'm not really a Vert fan like that.
Right.
But his show is crazy, and that makes you want to research some of his music.
For sure.
For somebody that's not a fan.
For sure.
Is that obviously that's part of your steez? Not just use the word steez by accident. Steez is a word that I gotta decipher my lingo sometimes. But performing and giving your audience a show is very important to you as well, outside of them deciphering lyrics and everything, the music.
No, for sure. And you know, when I sit there and you gotta remember, like my fans are fans who are into words, into the raps. Mm-hmm. So they be there just as passionate as I am on stage, and they be rapping back and forth with me, you know, and that's how I get my energy from it. Like, that's how I get my energy from the show. Like, I hone in, people will see me honing in on one person because that person is just giving it back to me back and forth, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, like, you just as passionate as me, it must have hit you in some type of way, and I can't dodge that connection.
That's so
like, you
dope.
gotta keep feeding that, and then other people see you feeding that, and then, you know, before you know it, you got the whole front row just word for word with you, and it's like,
doesn't it feel good to see people knowing your songs word for
listen,
word?
and it ain't the hook. That's what's crazy.
Right.
Like, it's not the hook. You know, anybody know me? Y'all know my hooks be trash. Like, I ain't got no good hooks. Like, I'm not. You know, that's not my thing. But you know,
The words between the covers is more important,
to sit there and watch them, you know, Tetris them words back to me. That's what they doing.
That's dope. And they listening. That means they listening and paying attention.
That's it.
Happy belated birthday to No Malice, your brother.
Yes.
Who
Yeah.
presided? Is that the right word? Presided. your wedding, which was just ill. Congratulations, man. I love to see that union.
Thank you.
Black union, all that.
Yes.
I love that, so dope, man. Congratulations.
Thank you, man.
That's so dope.
Yeah, no, listen, it was awesome. It was, you know, the whole planning of it, like I had absolutely nothing to do with it.
Oh, of
like,
course you don't. That's not your day.
Yeah, like totally. So I'm like, you know, I'm falling back, so the computer in my bed like every night. So I'm just like, all right. And it took a long time. Like it took a long time planning and putting it together. And when the day came, it was so quick. It was like, man, like people are still hitting me now, like, yo, man, you ain't getting married again next weekend? Like, what's up? I'm like, nah. Like, man, you better cherish this, baby. I'm gonna send y'all some pictures in a minute, you know. But it definitely was a great day. Great day. I was so glad that I got to, you know, come back home and do it. Mm-hmm. And that I got everybody here. Everybody
Shouts
came
to
in.
Feather and Fit. That was
Feather and Fit was so clutch.
I'm sorry for everybody. I'm sorry for everybody that's from the Pen.
Yeah.
But Chick-fil-A. Chick-a-C.
Yeah.
Well, we
sorry,
Feather and Fit though.
Yeah.
Word up.
No, for sure.
We're not going to, you know, we just appreciate your time, taking time out, performing live at the Nova tonight. Y'all got tickets, right? Because I think y'all won some.
Everybody got tickets?
So what happened?
Alright, cool.
Hold tight.
Let's get them together, Shiv. Let's get them right.
Hold tight. Any questions? Yeah. Any questions from the audience? Raise your hand.
What's up?
And matter of fact, we're going to bring the mic to you real quick. Peace. Just, you know, just say your name, what city, you know, because we in the southern cities, we want to know.
Yes, sir.
I go by Dub, and I'm from Norfolk,
What's up,
area. Just want to know what's next for your next project that you're coming up with.
Man,
is it an EP or is it a full project, or it's not an EP? But I mean,
well, you know, I have plans, and I wanted to be, you know, I wanted to be 10 to 13, and I'm actually going to LA tomorrow to sit down with Ye, and we gonna figure out, like, you know, he said he got some heat.
Okay.
I got like 6 already that I feel like is heat.
I bought some heat.
We just gonna, you know, excuse me?
I bought you some heat.
Okay. Yeah. What's up? Let's take it. But, you know, just we just gonna knock it out. Like it's, man, making music like this is like all the greats that I looked up to and that I wanted to like be like, you know, rap wise. They always got, you know, later in their career, and to me, you know, when I felt like, man, y'all are established, like, I want you just to, you know, do what you want to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, personally, I would be like, man, I wish Eminem made like the Lyricist Lounge type album, just for, you know, because I feel like, man, you just sold 20 million records, you just sold 80 million total, 300 around the world, whatever. You know, you're here now, so it's like,
why not,
bro? Just feed your base.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, Hov, everybody, everybody just, you know, I could hear the Black Album, you know, 9 more times, you know, if that's what he wanted to give.
Right.
I feel like I'm blessed to be able to make what I'm making now, and just and you know, without compromise.
Yeah, it's not forced. It's like when you want to. Right.
Like it's I don't have to compromise for anything. And again, that's just, you know, growing with the times, and it has a lot to do with, you know, the fans being able to consume how they consume it, all these different streaming platforms and everything. Man, I don't know, man. I feel like I got like 5 more joints, like 5 more albums here. Like, you know,
we want that.
Yeah, like,
we want that.
Like uncompromised too. Like I feel like that's the, man, I can't, like, cause I'm fans of so many, but I could give you so many different examples of like how it went bad, like later.
Yeah,
like with
you don't have to.
Yeah,
you don't have to. I can.
Yeah,
but I understand.
Like,
yeah, and that happens. Like, why did you just stop?
Yeah,
but nah, keep doing what you're doing, because we feel your music and it feels like you.
Yeah,
that's the difference. A lot of people come out trying to be like somebody else, and then when they succeed at being someone else and they be themselves, and it's like, nah, we don't really like you. Be like the other guy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
no, for sure.
So continue to bless us with what you want to do.
Yes, sir.
Because that's your, and you got a fan base from that.
That only wants that.
Yeah.
Man, it's so crazy. I can't,
y'all
I can't
doing,
make,
like,
I can't
crazy
make a
festivals.
decent female record or nothing. Nobody want nothing from me. I mean, like, man, it'd be crazy. Like, it'd be so crazy because, like, first of all, I love R&B.
Right.
Like, I love R&B music, right? And it's like, man, I'll be feeling a record. I'll be like, man, I want to do this. And I bring it in the studio. They be like, bro, move that. It's not like, no. Like, no, we're not doing this. Like, you know, and even you know, even the fans will speak like that as well. I mean, I guess I built that type of fan base.
Yeah, but let it happen. But you got it. But there's records that you've made that I see chicks know it word for word.
Yeah, I guess they ride with their boyfriends in the car. That's how it works. I mean, that's how I be. Okay.
You got any questions?
We like dope music, that's all.
Yeah, don't do that.
Okay. Appreciate it.
I'm Fame from Hampton, Virginia.
What's up, man?
What's up, brother?
Chicken C.
Yeah. Welcome to the club, by the way.
Okay.
You dope artist. Again, we talked about 16 years, man. How's it been dabbling with the executive side now?
Good question.
I think that's I personally think that's my calling. Like, you know, I feel like that's how you're supposed to mature in this game. You know, you put out these albums, and you know you're still out here, you're still outside. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm 41. Like, I'm still in clubs. Kids is 21. You know what I'm saying? Like 18 sometimes. But matter of fact, my show all ages tonight, right? All ages tonight. You know,
And that's tough to do.
yeah,
That's tough to
but
do.
it's like, you know, you sit there and it's like, if you out here, you gotta pay it forward. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? Okay, boom, you see some, yo, what's up? That's sort of fresh. What's up? You know what I'm saying? Like, let me hear what that's
Fresh is a
about.
word that's like, it means new.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But you know, I'm like, you know, you have to, you gotta pay it forward, and you gotta try to give other people an opportunity. And
Well, that's dope, because so far you're not being like Phil Jackson, because some people, you know, Phil, he was a great coach.
yeah.
Horrible exec.
Oh man, you know, for real, man. It's been good, and I'm glad that I got the opportunity at Good to do, you know what I'm saying, to be president of Good, and to you know, really sit back and be like, man, this designer record's sort of hot, like it's
Right.
moving, like what's up, you know what I'm saying, and you know, 16 million singles later, it's like,
That's crazy.
you know what I'm saying, and you know, it also gives me a chance to showcase that, man, I'm in the world, I'm in the mix, like I'm hearing y'all, and I appreciate it. Cause you'll get caught up in Pusha T 2002, 2018, Daytona barred up, and think that I'm not with you. Like I am, like I dance like yin yang too. I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Like when it's time. But I mean, I hear it, and I do know how to appreciate it. So, I feel like it's my way to give back, man. It's my way to give back, and just, you know, let's see if we can, you know, create opportunity, make money, and have a better life.
And move the culture forward
Yeah.
continually, man. That's dope. That's dope. Any other questions, real quick?
Thank you. All right.
Word. Y'all see that, right? That's VA love right
All
there.
right. All good. And I'm listening. And I listen. Straight up. Like, real.
Okay.
Talking.
I've been a fan. I'm Chris. I'm from Virginia Beach.
Okay.
I've been a fan since Got Caught Dealing.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
They
So.
threw tomatoes at me on that one.
But that was my song. But
Alright.
I have a son. He raps. He's in a group.
Okay.
12 years old. And
Yeah.
I'm his manager. So I'm just wondering, like, what do you see Virginia music on? Because there's no.
Man.
There's no style in Virginia.
Yeah,
That's what's
no
so
style.
dope, though. That's the style. There's no style. Everybody can be themselves. That's how I look at it.
You know, man, I get the Virginia question a lot. Like, so much. And it's so deep to me. Like, it's like super deep to me. They asked me to do documentaries about it, all type of stuff that I've never. Where's this being aired at? Where are we hearing this at?
Well, we on Periscope now,
Okay.
and then we're gonna take pieces and run it on the air. We put it on the website.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk.
Yeah.
All right. So you know, it's really it's tough because I feel like when you sit back and you look at Virginia, right? You look at everything that's came out of Virginia musically. And then you look at just the 7 cities and you'll say, man, you know, why hasn't the area, and I'm talking about the higher ups, why wasn't that really, you know, why they really didn't embrace the greatness? I mean, we got some real stats. Like, man, we got stats like, you know, Pharrell and Chad, the Neptunes, they own, what was it, 51% or 49% of the charts at one time. Like,
everything on the radio, boom, 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 boom.
It's crazy. Tell me somebody else who was like that.
Yeah.
That's a real stat. You got Timbaland. He changed music, I'm going to say 4 times. I'm going to let you tell me.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, you got somebody like that who changed me. I'm talking about like changed it 4 times. Like
made people bounce. Nobody bouncing before.
Yeah, like,
boom.
You know, Missy Elliott, what do you want to talk about? She's the GOAT. Like, write it, whatever. What you want to do? Like, and I'm talking about through the eras of everybody who's, and then you look at, you know, so, man, it's just so much. I don't even put me and my brother in it like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's not, we looked up to these producers, and you know, it's still more producers out here who make noise. You know what I'm saying? Make Noise did incredible records. But when I think about it, I'm like, man, you know, whatever happened to try to harness that energy and, like, you know, put it in lights? What did we do to put it in lights here? You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean like us, I mean like, you know, what did the higher ups do to put that in lights? When you think about it, you know, it's that energy that like makes a city and makes an area be appealing for the other things that I know they want now, like basketball teams and NFL teams.
Right.
Yeah, you want that now. But you had to, you know, you got to show that the area got the energy. We've had the energy for a long time. Like, I mean, listen, I didn't even get into Teddy Riley. Like, bruh.
Right.
Like, what?
Lex.
Come on, Lex. What?
Yeah.
That's new.
He changed music.
That's new.
Right.
Yes. What?
You know
Come
what I
on,
mean?
Bing.
It's on and on and on.
Bing.
It's going to happen. Somehow it's going to happen.
I'm just, you know, so, you know, and these are time periods where all of this was happening sort of together. Like, it was, you know, a real close back to back. So right now, when I think of VA, man, I try to, like, man, I talk to artists and I'm like, man, we just got to be consistent and you know, just be consistent and keep putting ourselves out there. There are platforms out there that I'm noticing that I'm gonna sit down with these kids too. Just recently, it's called Glass TV, right? And I just like the fact that they be highlighting like fresh joints sometimes. It's like, okay, you know, let's maybe I can kick it with them and be like, look, what can we do to, like, you know, curate this a little bit better to make it, you know what I'm saying, and make it be the next Say Cheese or, you know, whatever the case may be for us. But, you know, it's real personal to me, man. Like, cause I feel like we had a really strong window for a good long time where, you know, we was getting it off the muscle. We ain't from nowhere else. Like, we here.
Right.
Like, it ain't.
It's organic.
Yeah, it's like organic. This ain't no, you know, it ain't the hugest city. Like, you know, we not New Yorkers or you know, LA or whatever the case may be. Like, we had it all right here. And I don't know how to reharness all of that energy. Like, I think, you know, like, it only happens like that. It really doesn't happen like that.
Yeah, it don't.
It don't happen like that.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, now we really just gotta, you know, as artists, we just have to, like, you know, make noise. And like I said, when we see it hot, when we see something hot, we gotta pull it up and be like, look, you know, let's try to shine a light on it, like, quick as possible. But you know, tell them be consistent, be out here, you know, be consistent, you know, with putting out the music, the socials, all of that. And you know, stand out, just stand out and be a master of his craft. Like, I mean, you know, I can't speak for everybody, but I'm a listener. Like, I run across stuff. Yo, listen, my sleep hours are so crazy. Like, I go to sleep about 10 o'clock, wake up like 3, be on my IG and everything, like from like 3 to 5, go back to sleep, wake up at 9. Like, and that's just how it works for me. And I, you know, run across people just like that. Organically. I don't know people from a can of paint. I'm like, yo, what's up? What's this? Okay, you know, that's how it goes. That's how it goes.
So tell them just be consistent with it, like you said. Just keep putting that work in, and keep perfecting that craft.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna happen organically, which is the best way.
No,
16 years later, you celebrating this other, you know, one of his albums. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's performing to festivals around here. So he walk in the store, some people, it's a group. So
Yeah, try to create, you know, and try to do whatever it is to create that, you know, keep creating that culture. Like, create that, you know, if it's Traptastic, or if it's, you know, the art district down here when they doing their thing, whatever, just be a part of it, and let's try together to create the culture, you know, and make it super strong, you know, and then, you know, hopefully we find some really great ones, 5 great ones, and be like, all right, this what's going on right now. And, you know, we can try to push it out there and you know, and be honest. When it ain't right and it ain't ready, then it ain't ready. Like, it's not. You got to say that too. Like, you got to be able to speak on it.
Yeah. And
that's it.
That. Hey, much love. Thanks for taking time. I know you got sound check and all that. So, thank you again. Give it up for King Push.
Hey, thank y'all.
I like 3 more copies of Daytona.
For sure. Thank y'all for the love, for sure.
And again, performance studio, this is why we move. So when you got some other artists come through.
Listen, I don't know nothing about this font.
This is my first time in here too.
This all new swag.
Built it for you.
All right, okay.
Now, but for real,
Man, I don't know nothing about none of this.
I know, and you've been here plenty of times, but you're the first to christen this.
Oh, okay.
So
dope, man. Thank you.
And thank you for the time. We're gonna walk you to the office back here.
Okay.
And everything. So y'all just make some noise for Pusha T.
Let's get it. Thank you.
Hold tight, and we'll get everybody taking pictures and all that good stuff in just a minute, all right? Once we get the room straight. Thank you.